Good morning. So I wanted to just kind of go into a little bit more detail about goals. Something else that came to mind before I move on. Um, so when I was in the ninth or tenth grade, I had really begun to fall in love with the idea of being an engineer. I love math. I'm good at math. I love problem solving, and so I was on that path. But then I got that job working at the cabinet shop, and I was really good at that too. But I was making money, and so I threw away the engineering idea to work in the cabinet shop. I decided that's what I was going to do. That's who I was going to be. I was experiencing some success. And I was making some money. In hindsight, I don't know if I would do that again because it led to a lot of hardship later on. Um, but when I think back about why did I do that? Why did I make that decision? The the reason is because I didn't have any goals. I didn't have any plans. I never looked out 5 years, 10 years. I never drove a stake in the ground and said, in 5 years, this is where I want to be, and then work back to how to get there. I was open to whichever way the wind blowed. Um, and so this kind of piggybacks on the last podcast. Like it's so incredibly important that in the ninth or tenth grade that you're thinking about what does the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years look like. Now, I'm not living in the past. I don't dwell in the past. It's too late for me. But there's an entire generation of young people today in the ninth or 10th grade that's about to make a decision that's going to affect the rest of their lives. And so, my hope is that this message can get to as many as possible. Don't take those decisions lightly. Make sure that you consider the cost. You know, what, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? We live in America. You can do and be whatever you want. And as parents, if you're a parent that has a kid in the ninth or 10th grade and they're not wanting to make a decision, I mean, I would just very graciously talk to them and try and explain to them, tell them your story. I mean, everyone that has a kid that's that age has a story, and you've made good decisions and you've made bad decisions. It's my goal to prevent my kids from making the same bad decisions that I made. Why? Why would I allow them to walk the path that I walked? Why not instead give them the advice and the direction to hopefully avoid some of the mistakes? I mean, they're kids, they have their own minds, they're going to have to experience a certain amount of pain. But to the best of your ability, tell them the mistakes that you made in efforts of preventing them from making the same mistakes. And so all of this goes back to goal setting. So how the way that I could have avoided making the wrong decision, and I don't know if I had to do it again, I don't know what I would do. If in the ninth grade I would have to go sit down and make some goals, and maybe the decision was exactly the same. I don't know. But I didn't do that, so there's no way of knowing. Um, so, quick recap: nothing is more important, in my opinion, than making goals. You need to make spiritual relationship with God goals. You need to make relationship with your spouse goals. You need to make career goals. You need to make play goals. Like, how do you ever expect to accomplish something if you don't know where you're going? So, stop right now and make some goals. Um, that's all for goals. That's all about goals for now. And have a great day. Catch you tomorrow.